Hello, internet. It's the Castaways. We're back again. Okay, yeah, fine, whatever. It's me, Peyton, and Jawan, and we have a special guest as well, Kai. Yeah,
Last time.
yeah. Everyone say hello to Mr. JoJo reference.
Mr. JoJo reference.
Also,
Yeah, I'm just
Peyton,
cooler.
Peyton, you have a very bad profile picture for this YouTube channel, but okay. You know what? It's whatever.
Don't worry about it. Just censor it. Don't worry.
I'm not gonna censor. We were never one to like obey the rules. We were never one to obey the rules of family.
If you don't
friendliness,
censor
so it's fine.
the sexiness of his profile picture will destroy YouTube's algorithm.
Yeah.
We've never one to obey the laws of being family friendly. It's fine. We've probably done worse.
We'll be fine.
Yo, we'll be fine. We've done worse.
Just in a tree somewhere.
Anyway, Jawan. I'll have you explain what are we gonna do today.
Okay, so today, the main two things that I want to talk about today is recent horror games that have come out. I don't know if they could be classified as indie. Well, I guess they do. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with myself on that. Basically, recent indie horror games coming out. So things like Phasmophobia, Sign of Silence, yeah, those things, and even some of the puppet combo games that I've seen played on YouTube. Those ones, and also the announcement that the FNAF movie is coming. I want to talk about that.
Yeah, I've never been one for horror games, so I don't know how much I'll contribute to the discussion, but that's that. We're gonna do that. Yeah.
Okay, so I could spend probably 15 minutes. Well, actually, no, it'd take more than 15 minutes to me explain the whole goddamn lore of this game.
Sit here and
let's not talk about FNAF the entire time. We can do a brief overview if really needed, but
talk about FNAF
I think most everyone on the internet knows about FNAF, or at least to some degree.
And let's not talk about its lore, because that's an entire podcast episode on it by itself.
Yeah, so.
Just lore. That's an entire episode itself.
Yeah. Well, we can do that on our own time if we want to, or even then we could just link a video about the entire FNAF lore.
You can easily just link like a couple like game theory.
Yeah, game theory or something, or just something that fills in on the entire FNAF lore.
Yeah, or whatever FNAF YouTuber decided to cover FNAF lore.
Yeah.
Welcome to Gay Theory.
Yeah, hey, but that's just a theory. A gay theory. I don't know. I don't watch game theory all that much. I don't know their
stop
intro.
Before we get copyright strike by Matt. I don't want to.
I doubt we will, but okay. Let's get into the concept, shall we? Instead of talking about gay theory. Okay. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
First up, horror games. So I'm gonna have to explain some of these games because I don't know how much of gameplay of these things you guys have watched. So the first game I want to bring up, Phasmophobia. That game had gotten a lot of popularity. For those of you who don't know what Phasmophobia is, basically I think there's two versions of the game. There's the version of it you play on PC, and there's also a VR port for it. I don't know if it was originally VR or originally PC. I feel like
it was originally PC.
Yeah. Because I feel like it does seem like one of those games that was originally a PC game. But back to the game. So basically, in the game, you basically play as ghost hunters, and with these ghost hunters, go into these houses, and you have like preset objectives, and you can spend money on certain equipment. And there's like EMP readers. There's even crucifixes and stuff. And it's all just so you can find out like what the ghost is.
Why does it sound like you're really confused about what you're talking about?
I also heard like some sort of chomping like that.
I am playing Destiny. I am playing Destiny 2.
I heard like the chomping of the haunted piano from Mario 64. That thing.
Yeah. I'm playing Destiny 2 while I'm listening.
Okay.
Anyways, like I was saying, yeah, basically you just go in. It's just like an episode of Ghost Adventures, basically, except you can die from it.
Yeah, so The Conjuring.
So it's like a mature Luigi's Mansion.
So yeah, The Conjuring.
No, you don't. No. Listen. You don't catch the ghosts. You just collect proof that it exists.
Ah.
That's all you do. You don't catch the ghost. Actually, you just collect proof that it does exist. I'm gonna hit
Ah.
record real quick.
Okay.
And that's basically what you do. It's so far, my personal opinion, I think it's a really good like horror game by itself, just because the way it works.
Racist or anything, but Asian people soon.
You have to do that in the middle of me talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's not be racist on the podcast. That's
That's
a hop, skip, and a jump to getting canceled on Twitter. Which is we joke about that all too much, but it is very true in our day and age.
But we don't make fun of
Hey,
Asian
bro.
people. We make fun of
Insert
British.
offensive joke here.
A bunch. Because apparently Twitter matters to people.
Yeah.
Anyways,
even
but
James
the game,
from the Odd Ones Out gets
movement
canceled,
speed-
so no one is.
I would have to say the only problem with the game is its movement speed. I get it does kind of add to the horror of it when you're getting chased during the hunting phase, which is when the ghost actually appears and is preparing to kill you. It tries to kill you. It helps with the movement speed. Helps with the horror of it because you can't move that fast, and the ghost is just following you and everything. Like your flashlight's flickering, and it's scary altogether. But yeah, the movement speed could definitely be upturned. Maybe they should just add in we press the shift button and you walk slightly faster. It would help.
When you have all that heavy equipment on, it makes sense that you're kind of slow.
No, they don't really have. You don't even have heavy equipment. You're allowed to carry 2 things at a time, and you have nothing on but just regular clothes. Their movement speed makes.
Wait, okay, so last I remember from that game is you could glitch literally anything just by slamming into it.
Well, I don't remember. I don't remember that. The only big gameplay I watched was Josh Dub Crew.
I'm sorry, that was a Roblox version.
There's a Roblox version.
There's a Roblox version of everything.
How dare you bring up Roblox?
There's a Roblox version of
everything. What I mean by it. Okay, so have you heard of the YouTuber Jamesky?
I think I've heard of him before. I don't watch him though.
Yeah, well, this dude played a Roblox version of Phasmophobia, and he slammed into a wall, and the whole game crashed.
Bruh.
So
I mean, the Roblox
you want to
version.
put a link about it?
Listen. When people who create Roblox games make versions of popular games on Roblox, they usually
paying
do suck.
$10K for it.
Exactly. But it was in the game, you earn money if you put the evidence in the ghost type of ghost is right. You earn money and you can buy more equipment from that. Really fun game.
Let me tell you about the stupid app that I found out about.
On Phasmophobia, have you guys even seen any gameplay?
I don't watch Phasmophobia.
Yeah,
The
I
only
haven't
reason why
watched
is
it
the game doesn't
because
intrigue me.
I'm not very good at stomaching horror games.
Baby, yeah, we know Jackson. You're just a little piss baby.
Jackson,
That's why you sit
know
in
you're
that
a little
room.
baby boy, but it's not the time right now.
The time
We
is
know
coming.
that you're sim for the e-thoughts, bro. We know that you're sim for the e-thoughts, bro. But not right now.
Come on, you don't even call me out right now.
Bro, this is going on the internet, man. Don't call him out. His parents might see.
I don't think they even know about
You know,
this.
it's
They don't
funny.
even know I'm on a podcast. So yeah.
The parents,
Don't
the
worry,
parents,
my parents
the
do know
parents
that
don't
I'm
even
gonna
know that they spent half of their life savings on Pokemon. You don't need to-
Peyton,
you don't need to know that you spent
Doing
the
the
college
tag.
on Pokemon. I'm gonna just sleep. Which is very cool. Okay, I need to find this damn exotic trader. Anyways. X game. So since none of you have watched any gameplay on Phasmophobia, so if you haven't watched any of Mark's recent videos, then of course you don't know the second game I want to talk about, which is Sign of Silence.
Markiplier?
Peyton, are you trying to get attacked?
No, he's just trying to have
No,
attention.
wait, yeah,
because he
no,
feels lonely.
I've had 3 kids in school ask who is Markiplier, and I wanted to scream at him. I know who Markiplier is. I know who Jacksepticeye is.
Did you just say Jacksepticeye?
Jacksepticeye. Jack Markiplier.
Jacksepticeye. No, it's Jacksepticeye.
Oh no!
You know what's
I
funny?
mean,
If you look him up on
Jacksepticeye
Google
is
and
just
you
Irish
type speech
PewDiePie.
on it, it's
Very funny
Jacksepticeye.
Anyways, like I was saying, Sign of Silence. So basically, the story behind the game is that like you're like a group of 4 teams. There can be up to 4 players. You can't play it by yourself, but you can have up to 4 people. I don't know if there's like I don't think it is I don't know if you can like queue up with like with randoms at all, but I do know you can't play with your friends. I don't know if you can queue up with randoms at all. Basically, in the game, story is you're 4 teams. You crash off a bridge. How they survive the crash, I don't ask me. It's
You're
a
just
really
turning into Jesus.
exactly like it's a really
Oh.
how they survive it. But
Wait,
yeah,
what's the game called?
it's called Sign of Silence, I believe. Anyways, yeah, in the game, so there's basically 3 enemies within the game, right? The first main enemy is the witch. The witch basically works. It's called Sign of Silence. You can't make noise. If you make noise, the witch comes and basically takes you to Brazil. You have 2 chances basically.
Hey, bro, I heard you were breathing. You want to go to Brazil, huh?
Basically, yeah. It's like, oh, you dare step on glass in my forest?
Oh,
You're
it's
going-
like
Come to Brazil.
It's like you just breathe in a little bit too hard, and you just feel her grab your ankle. You're going to
I know,
Brazil.
yeah, that's the exact thing that she does. She comes from underneath the ground, and like she chases you, and then if you get caught, she drags you into her little cubby thing, like her little cave.
So she's
You
a
get
dirt
caught
witch.
by her twice. Is she a what?
She's a dirt witch.
Yes, basically. And before you guys start thinking dirty about it, no, she is ugly as hell. She's gigantic. She has 4 fucking arms.
Good God.
Right? She has she has 2 arms, 4 legs, right? She's basically a gigantic dog. So,
We
yeah,
gotta censor
Freaking
that, boys.
spider.
yeah, she looks like a gigantic spider, an ugly spider at that.
Ew.
Anyways, like I was saying, she works on a complete like sound basis. Her character is basically based around sound. Don't make noise, else you summon her. There's multiple things in the environment that makes noise. So there's like broken glass, there's hanging chains, there's like animals, and there's also like crows and shit. Works around sound. The next enemy is, I think it's called the Sprouter. Basically the Slender Man looking guy, and he walks around. He's completely blind, but he works off a sound similar to the witch. If you shine your light at him, he gets irritated and he attacks you. He teleports. FYI. So yeah,
So an actual Slender Man.
yeah. Basically, it's just Slender Man essentially.
So
He works.
Spider Witch and
You-
Slenderman. That's the cast so far.
Yes. You can avoid him. I think all you have to do is like turn off your light and like crouch around him, and you're okay. Don't get too close either. Yeah, he basically teleports. You can escape him. He can't teleport that far. He can only teleport directly towards you. It's like after he attacks you once, he kind of loses you. If you move fast enough. If you move fast enough, or you just stand completely still a certain distance away, like he just completely loses track of where you are, so you can't escape easily from him.
Hey, where did he go? He's right here.
I wanted to touch him more. He's basically it's basically Slender Man, but he wants to touch you even more.
Bro, give me
So-
them toes, bro.
So
So
gotta find a
basically,
Slenderman.
it's not called the rake. It's called the rape.
The fuck? Did you say it's called
not-
the rake? It's called the rake.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Do you
Okay.
not know what the rake is?
I know what the rake is, but you just said. Did you hear the sentence that came out of your mouth? So apparently,
Yeah, it's not called the rake. It's called the rape.
rape.
What the heck? What the hell?
Rape.
Rape.
R-A-P-E.
Anyways, okay, listen. Okay, shut the fuck up. Anyways,
The Slenderman that wants to touch you, it's rape.
yes, the Slenderman that wants to touch you even more. Okay, the third enemy, reaching homosexual. Anyways, the third enemy, which
You
is
call me homosexual?
no, I was reading chat. Anyways, the third enemy, which is by far the scariest, it's this gigantic, slinky, like lanky thingy, It's as big as the trees. It blends into the trees. It doesn't attack you and it's not aggressive. It stands there. But if you get close, it will start yelling out and it calls in the witch. All right. So basically, you have the spider dirt witch. The spider dirt witch. You have Slenderman, but he wants to touch you even more. And
Oh,
you have
yeah.
so you basically have Siren Head. It's basically Siren Head. Basically,
So the cast is basically a giant enemy spider, a pedophile Slenderman, and angry coil.
No. You should fix that. It should be giant enemy spider, pedophile Slenderman, and Angi's
An
Siren
Angie
Head.
Tree Boy.
Yeah,
And-
Angie Tree
In all
Boy.
sense,
And
who wouldn't want to get
Siren
touched
Head
by
Slinky.
Slenderman?
It's freaking
So-
giant enemy
listen-
spider, pedophile Slenderman, and Siren Head Slinky.
Siren Head.
I'm worse than all of them.
Anyways, so there's also ways to escape. It's a gigantic map. You could say it's similar to the Bigfoot games. I guess we could also talk about the Bigfoot games because those count as indie horror games too. That has been
I
played
like
recently.
Bigfoot. That's a fun game.
The Bigfoot games. I don't know the ones like I don't know typical gamers played it.
You guys know the I think it's called like Mythological Hunter or something, where you have to go and hunt down like the Wendigo and stuff like that.
I never heard of that. You have to fill me in.
What
on
is the
that.
Wendigo?
All of this fits into the topic of indie
The
horror games
Wended Hoe.
played recently. Recently can go back as far as I would say 2 to 3 years maybe.
Can you fill me on what this Wendigo is?
It's called Folklore Hunter.
Wendigo. Okay, Jackson, have you seen any gameplay of Until Dawn, or have you heard of Until Dawn?
No, I live under a rock and very much avoid horror games.
Okay. Anyways, let me finish Sign of Silence. Anyways, and there's 3 ways to escape, I believe. Is there 3 ways? I only remember 2 of the ways to escape. One of them is a boat that you can use, and then the other is a helicopter that you could call in by finding 3 fuses, and you can go back to the spawn area and you can hit a thingy, a generator that allows you to use a radio tower, and it calls on a helicopter for you to escape. I don't know how that works. Wouldn't the witch just come up and just body the helicopter though?
Who knows?
Yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, yeah, those are the 2 of the ways you can escape. I think there's a 3rd way. I don't know what it is though. Maybe it's that you kill the witch. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's Sign of Silence basically. Now you want to talk about the game you was talking about, the Folklore Hunter? You want to talk about that?
Well, I've only seen certain parts of it,
Hmm.
but on Folklore Hunter, I can also read you the literal description of it. Folklore Hunter, you are a hunter world-renowned for slaying supernatural beasts. Your next contract is to hunt down a Wendigo plaguing a section of the woods in North America. Gather resources, set traps, prepare your equipment, use hunter's instincts, and blah blah blah. But if you watch any videos of it, it is terrifying.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm pretty sure that they said they were going to add an update eventually where you use in-game voice chat and it mimics that, and it's I'm sure you-
Wendigo will mimic you.
yeah.
I know.
I know what a Wendigo is.
It's like to mimic people to lure in its prey, but that's fucking scary.
Yeah.
I just pulled up a picture of the Wendigo, and it's freaking. I don't like that.
Oh, Jackson.
Yeah, and you gotta hunt that in the dark with nothing in between you and it.
It's
Anyways,
freaking
let me
demonic
bring-
deer. What the hell?
Okay, let me bring up the Bigfoot games. So there's technically 2 versions of Bigfoot, with the first version being I'll say a beta version essentially. This version, that version, it was a lot more retarded. Good. Premise is people go missing in a forest somewhere, and you have to go up and hunt him down. You believe it's Bigfoot, so you have to go. And you have to hunt down Bigfoot. You have things like rifles. At the start of the game, you have 2 rifles, a certain amount of traps. You have meat. You have cameras, and a whole slew of things so you can fight Bigfoot. You actually have to find supplies as the game goes on. You have to find supplies as the game goes on because you definitely at the beginning of the game, I know in the first one, I think you have most ammo you need. With the ammo you have, you're able to take out most of his health. Then of course you find more ammo in the wild. There's also a flare gun, so if you don't want to kill him, you can scare him off with it. And then there's also tracker bullets.
Why would you not want to kill him? That's the whole point of the game. It's so he doesn't to dissuade him from killing you.
Well, I know it's the flare gun is still useful, you know? Especially when you're trying to...
it's not that you don't want to kill him, it's to get him to not want to kill you.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that you don't want to kill him, it's just so you
laser.
You know, Bigfoot does not go on firing my laser. Let me just use this. But yeah,
Okay,
and
so
there's also tracker bullets. You keep track of them, and the flare, like I said, the flare gun does that.
yeah, that's a Bigfoot game right there, man. That's what I'm talking about. I can send you the video.
You're also able to put meat on the traps to lure him in, and you're also able to hide the traps with leaves or twigs, whatever you find from bushes. Then the game was updated. It was kind of like redone completely. It was kind of like a reboot of the game. Better graphics. I think his health definitely increased, and like there was a whole bunch of, and there's like a couple new mechanics. Then there was an update for that new reboot of the game, and that entered a snow level. And in that level, temperature was actually a thing. You had to worry about the temperature. Oh, like
Imagine if they didn't add that. It's like that one kid that everybody had in their school where they acted like the temperature didn't bother them.
yeah, exactly. It'd be
It's like negative 15 degrees out here, dude. What are you doing? I don't feel it. I'm strong.
I'm a strong boy. And then they're freaking they're not at all.
Just stop eating it.
Is it the one kid? It's the middle of winter and he's still wearing shorts.
Yeah.
And
You know what's funny is Patrick did that and I screamed at him when he got on the bus. I said, "Are you retarded? You're trying to get frostbite, you stupid." He looked at me and he was like, "Yeah, no, it don't feel it. It's not that freaking cold." And I'm like, "It's negative 2 degrees."
People feel cold different because I can do that too.
Anyways, like I was saying, yeah, the temperature was actually a thing in that. If your character stayed outside for too long, you would basically get hurt. You'll start taking damage, so you have to get inside buildings or find a heat source. But yeah, that's basically the premise of the Bigfoot games. So I'm assuming none of you have watched gameplay on Bigfoot. Yes?
No, I'm not.
Other than Peyton. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just stop pointing these questions towards Jackson because once again he's like Patrick.
I'm freaking.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, mayonnaise is a trombone.
Or feminist
What?
instrument?
Do the feminists deserve rights?
Jawan, stop stuttering. Depends on which type we're talking
I
about.
contracted it from Jacob. I'm sorry. I contracted it from Jacob. Jacob was saying, yeah, that's pretty much the premise of the Bigfoot games. You just hunt down Bigfoot. You try not to get killed by him. He is extremely scary, by the way. He's at least twice.
Turning off the thing.
Yeah, he's at the least twice the size of your character, and like he hurts like a motherfucker.
Bigfoot is strong, but the
Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues.
Oh, I don't know if this pertains to Jackson, but Peyton, you watch Court Kenshin, yes?
Yeah, watch.
I've heard of him.
Right. You've seen him play the puppet combo games, yes?
Yeah. I don't watch him every day, no, but I do watch Corey.
Okay, but have you seen his gameplays on the puppet combo games?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Yeah, anyways, but yeah, puppet combo, for those who don't know, is, I would say, in my personal opinion, is a very legendary horror game makers. Their games are extremely scary. They usually make their games look like older, like 3D games you would see from like the late 90s, early 2000s. It always has this old VHS feel. Just in turn, the games, just the atmosphere and everything is extremely scary. And it's usually the camera is similar to tank controls from like the old Resident Evil games. So that's usually the camera. Yeah. Most of the time that it's either first person. That's either first person or in the tank control camera for older Resident Evil games.
So far, are you gonna call every single game scary? And you haven't even brought up Resident Evil?
Motherfucker, I'm not talking about the AAA games. I'm talking about the indie games, you dumbass.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we brought up Five Nights at Freddy's already.
No, I'm just trying to finish.
We can end on the Five Nights at Freddy's game because that seems like a fitting thing
We're
to end
ending
on.
we're ending on the FNAF. Not talking on the FNAF movie, you dumbass.
I'm gonna beat you like your mom did, Jawan.
We can speak about the FNAF games and then that'll segue nicely into the movie. See, well, big brains.
Anyway, shut up. Anyways, let's saying. Why would we bring up AAA horror games when we're talking about when this topic is indie horror games? The difference between AAA or just or games made by major companies and then indie games. Okay.
So
like I was saying,
the fuck out of you.
Games are scary, even when not bringing up Resident Evil or anything. And in my personal opinion, I believe puppet combo games are going to be slightly scarier than the most recent, Resident Evil games. Not Resident Evil 7, but things like Resident Evil 5 and 6.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're talking about the remasters, yeah, no, those aren't scary at all. I'm more talking about, like,
and the remaster. Resident Evil 3 Remastered is definitely a downgrade from the original Resident Evil 3. I completely agree with that. Compared to the original Resident Evil 3, it's definitely a downgrade. Resident Evil 2 Remake was actually pretty good, though. I wouldn't say it was that scary to me personally. I mean, yeah, it wasn't that scary to me personally, but it was pretty good. Oh, but puppet combo games, they are extremely scary. Anyone who has watched Corey or others play the puppet combo games, you know how scary those games can be. Because the atmosphere and the
scariest game that I've had to play was Phil Swift's Forest. That was like, you don't even know what that game is. That game is terrifying. Because you're in a forest full of flex tape, right? So everything's black. It's at night, so you can't see anything. And it's just Phil Swift like, I'm gonna saw this boat in half! And he just starts running at you, like rummaging through you, like you're some sort of gay guy getting ready to get knocked out by
No, Peyton, no!
Don't make the gay jokes!
Duh.
The puppet combo games in turn are just atmospherically and everything are just really great. Is really well made. Right, now we can talk about the FNAF games. I will segue into the FNAF movie. Now, FNAF games. What are your guys' opinions on the FNAF games?
Jacob's over here getting horny about me as a female. I'm scared.
Okay, might not talk about that one, but
why is this being spoken of?
I don't know. I thought I'd share that with you guys.
Okay, anyways, your guys' opinion on the FNAF games, please go.
FNAF is a game where you beat women. There you go.
FNAF is. I swear to fucking God, you guys are just ruining the podcast.
I know what FNAF
That's our entire stick. We make a podcast and then we fuck it over.
Alright, FNAF is actually a fairly good game. It's a game, you sit in an office, you look at cameras, and you watch out for a bird. You get pissed off about a bunny, yet the bird's more important.
Okay,
Jackson. The game has more lore than any other game that I know of. Not to mention, they hide their lore so well that they have to change the lore like every game.
Okay, Jackson, your opinions?
Very scary, I know like.
Okay, well, Jackson, you sit in your room watching hentai all day. You're a little piss baby. So cool.
I mean, hey, what? To each their own, I say.
To each his own. Okay. My opinion on the FNAF games, I would say that certain games are scary because I mean, there's just been so many of the FNAF games. The formula for them has gotten slightly old. So it's just basically certain of them. The scariest one, in my opinion, was definitely FNAF 4. That was definitely the scariest. FNAF 1 was definitely scary just because it was the first game in the series. FNAF 2, I think FNAF 2 is a lot more stressful. Well, of course, Ultimate Customized is more stressful, but just in release order, FNAF 1 was definitely scary because it was the first game in the series. Second one was less scary at first, and after a while, it just became more stressful just because of all the animatronics you had to fight against, and how you had to be like pixel perfect. You had to be like pixel perfect with certain strats to work. And then the third game was once again a lot more stressful, scary, and slightly annoying just because of the phantom animatronics. This is all my personal opinion. FNAF 3 is definitely a lot more stressful because of the phantom animatronics and the fact that, there's only one animatronic that can kill you, but the other ones are kind of screwing you over constantly on a constant basis. FNAF 4 was definitely scary, like its atmosphere and everything, and the fact that the nightmare animatronics, when their jump scares happened, you didn't see it coming really, because you had unless you turn on the flashlight, they didn't jump scare.
Was the scariest in my opinion.
Yeah, that's how I'm explaining. The way they jump scared you, instead of other games when a certain window when you can close the door, put on the mask or something, hit the lure button for the sound lure to work before they jump scare you. With the FNAF 4, they didn't jump scare you until you turned on the flashlight or you ran back to the middle of the room after checking the door. So you didn't know when. So you didn't unless you listened to the footsteps and their breathing, you didn't know they were there until you turned on the flashlight and they killed you. That's what was scary. And of course, the atmosphere was also scary. Nightmare and fucking Golden Freddy was also scary. FNAF 4 was one of the scary games. I think after FNAF 4 came Sister Location. Sister Location was okay.
Was Sister Location.
Yeah, Sister Location was okay. It was kind of in between. I know in the secret mode where you get into that secret office by instead of when you're going to the the scooping room, instead of going right you go left, and you do oh my god I died, and you do a certain set of god damn I say so many times, you do a certain set of actions and that allows you to get into the special office place, and that gives you the doesn't it give you the true ending or I think it gives you the good ending, I believe. I don't know which ending it gives you, but it does give you certain ending. Of course, there's the secret. What is it? The secret 8th night, which works as the custom night for 2020 mode. That's pretty fun. But yeah, Sister Location is kind of in between. I think the scariest out of them all was the mini arena one, where you're trapped in a spring lock suit and you have to shake them off while keeping the spring locks back.
The mini arenas. Okay, in my opinion, I hate the mini arenas. They are annoying. And
it was one of the scariest though, just because of the fact that you not only had to fight them off, you also had to keep on clicking the thingies, otherwise you're dead. That was what's scary about it. Then and then the other one, this is my personal opinion, the Funtime Foxy one, where you have to go through his or her. I don't know if Funtime Foxy is a girl or not. Have to go through his or her.
Was a girl in Sister Location.
Well, you go through her her little area, and you only have that flashy thingy. That was scary.
That was night. Yeah, that was night 3.
That was scary because you to just hit the flash button and just see Funtime Foxy off in a corner somewhere. You barely see her, but you know that she's there. That was scary. And after Sister Location, what came after Sister Location? Wasn't it FNAF 6?
Pizzeria Simulator.
Pizzeria Simulator. That was slightly scary. I think that was also fairly scary. The animatronics, just the sheer amount of animatronics you can get into there, especially the interrogation section where you did the evaluation of them or something.
That was a salvage section. You had to salvage the animatronics for money.
That was scary. That was also very scary. And afterwards, I think came Ultimate Custom Night. Yes.
Yeah.
Ultimate Custom Night. We all know Ultimate Custom Night. Somewhat scary. It's not really scary. It's just stressful, difficult, and really chaotic, especially on 50-20 mode. So yeah, just stressful, too much. It's just stressful and chaotic. And of course, the upcoming one, which is going to be Security Breach. No, not Security Breach, but FNAF Help Wanted came out. Yes, Help Wanted.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you seriously just say Security Breach?
Yeah, no. Help Wanted came out. That revived the franchise. Help Wanted was definitely scary just because it's VR. Everything is scarier in VR. And every horror game is scary in VR. And I guess FNAF AR counts also. I mean, it's not really that scary. It's just a mobile version, just a mobile game, I guess. It's not really much. The animatronics look cool. They look cool. You know, the skins you can get for them, they look nice. And then of course Security Breach, which is coming up, which is I think isn't it going to be like the first 3D FNAF game, I believe?
Yep.
It looks good. It's looking good. It's looking good. I don't know. It's looking good. Hopefully it's going to be a great FNAF game. And of course, we have the FNAF movie, which is going to begin filming actually next year. So it should be coming out sometime late next year. Yeah, because like I said, I sent that article. I didn't read it, but I did see the article where it said they did announce that they already have a script for it. They already have the script written down. Which they're going to begin filming next year. I'm pretty sure.
It only makes sense that it would exist. Anything popular gets a movie or some sort of financial Hollywood something.
I mean, I think the movie probably would have been filmed at least this year and released sometime early next year and not late next year. Yeah. If it wasn't for a certain virus that I don't know if we can say its name on YouTube.
Frickin' COVID.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that, I'm pretty sure they would have filmed it this year and then had it come out sometime early next year. I'll say in the first 3 or 4 months of next year would have came out. Hopefully it's a good movie. I don't know what it's going to go over. Maybe it will follow. I think it would be better if it kind of followed the
Well, you remember that this movie's been in production for 4 years.
That is true.
It's been here since this movie's been announced since almost the second game.
Yeah, that is true. Like, hopefully, I hope it goes over the story that's established within the books more than instead of the games. Because
I can explain about the books because I've read all the books so far. So the books basically, I don't think they are canon. Last time I remember, they were.
Well, yeah, the books are definitely the books are canon. Scott has told us before that the book.
Wait, they are canon.
But I mean like it should include the characters from the books.
Oh yeah, okay, then that makes a lot more sense.
It goes to the story of here. It follows the same timeline of story. It follows the same kind of events in the book, not the video games. Because I mean, I'm not trying to knock most video game movies, but the good ones. But most, I'm not trying to knock the good ones, but almost every video game movie is terrible, and you can agree with me on that.
Super Mario live action. That was a good one.
Do the Mario.
Swing, do the Mario. Swing your arms from side to side.
It's time to go do the Mario.
Made a joke the other day, and he said, "Swing your scrotum from side to side." I was like, "Whoa, yes. Dude, that's a funny joke." And I looked at him right in the face, and I was like, "Can I steal it from you?"
Well, you just did. Congratulations.
But yeah. Hopefully the movie follows the line of events from the books, just because most video game movies are terrible. And plus, I don't think there's much from the games that they can use, unless Scott wants to just use all the Easter eggs and lore drops he put in the games. Hopefully, that's pretty much it for that conversation. Just hopefully FNAF movie next year is good and it's not completely ass.
I feel like it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
it's been in production for... Because you want to know why people were mad.
Why?
Okay, so have you heard of the Banana Splits? You know that movie? The Banana Splits movie?
The Banana Splits. Yes, I haven't seen it, but I have. I haven't watched it, but I have seen it. Heard of it.
Okay, so this movie would have been the original script for Five Nights at Freddy's, which was why I was glad that freaking Scott was mad because that was terrible.
borderline of that conversation is that hopefully the movie next year is not total ass. There's some good parts in it. Hopefully the jump scares, there's some good jump scares in it. And it can't be a movie about a horror. It can't be a movie about a game based around jump scares and not have jump scares.
This movie, okay, so anyone remember that TikTok, right? Okay, so I'm gonna bring up a TikTok. It was what's his name? Jack Black. Anyone know who he is? Jack Black?
Yeah.
Who doesn't know who Jack Black is? He voiced Poe.
Yeah.
He voiced
Jack
multiple other
Black
popular.
might be a cast member. I cannot confirm this, but from the hints that we got so far,
I can see him playing 2 roles. Three roles actually. Freddy, Bonnie, or a security guard. I can see him playing that. Maybe no. I think Phone Guy should be Scott. To be honest with you, I know
is Scott.
I know Phone Guy should be Scott. Just in case they thought they think of like casting someone else for that role, it should definitely be Scott.
Alright, thank you for coming on the boat today, boys. We're gonna have to send you off for another sale.
If you don't subscribe to us, you're gonna turn into a Goomba. Yes, I brought back the old meme. Shut up.
Recommendation for next podcast. Send us freaking comment. We'll make it into a podcast.
Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? It's only a matter of time before I don't know. All right. Anyways, yeah, Jawan, say your thing and we can cast them off.
Make sure you say hi to Wilson for me. See you later.
All right.
Black, he's not white.